Welcome to the call, everyone. Thank you so much for being in here. In today's masterclass, we'll be talking about creating offers. I've seen a lot of you in here have been talking about not having your own offer to start with. Okay. A lot of people just overcomplicate this. You don't have to necessarily overcomplicate an offer. Um, as you can see in the second module of the seven module blueprint, I talk very much about how to create an offer, how to use AI to get the ideation and get going, and all those things. So I want you to understand an offer is nothing but asking your audience or someone for an exchange for an action. Like, something you say or give it to them so that they can make a decision or take an action. That's as simple as that. Okay. But how to make an offer irresistible? Like you might have heard this term irresistible offer, irresistible offer. You don't have to make an offer irresistible because when the offer is good enough and it appeals to people, it becomes irresistible itself. Like, you don't have to add like, fake scarcity, fake urgency, and like, manipulate and do all these things, which the traditional marketing uh, world out there talks to you about. Like, as long as you're aligned with yourself, as long as it resonates with you, you can actually create a very good offer. There are a few fundamentals you just need to learn, but as long as you have those fundamentals dialed in, I think you should be okay with it. Okay. So what is this? What is the first thing we wanted to understand is anyone who's going. Okay. So anyone who your target audience, so we all have one thing in common. What is it? Problems. Okay. So some people have like bigger problems. Some people have like smaller problems. Okay. So thinking about your offer in terms of problems. Okay. So you're helping someone who has been dealing with anxiety for the last like 30, 40 years. Okay. And you're helping them. So that's probably a really big problem. Okay. Someone is having, I don't know, like a really small problem, which is not that significant. Like, they don't like eating lettuce. Okay? That's not like a big significant problem. They can go eat something else. Right. So the bigger the problem you solve, the more enticing your offer will be. Okay. So when you are looking to design offers, like, you have one core offer, then you have like secondary offers. Okay. So one core offer, so your offer, it depends on the problem that you solve. The bigger the problem you solve, this one, the better your offer will be. So how to look at this from a different perspective, right? So if you're looking at So if you're looking at this problem from a perspective of how big or how small it is, that is how your offer would look like. Because see, people as our entrepreneurs, as coaches, the only thing that we are doing here is this. We are just solving people's problem. Build this skill, be very, very good at solving problems. And one of the best ways of identifying problems is actually having conversations. Okay. Going through the Facebook groups, or like, wherever your target audience are hanging out, you want to find where they are. Okay. So another thing what I have seen is, which works really well when you're designing with offer, is because a lot of your target audience say they are here. Okay. And this is where they wanted to go. So this is their current situation, and this is their desired situation. Okay. So they want to go from here to here. And this happens with steps, right? So an offer could be, say, you help them from this point, so from point zero, so you help them to go one, then two, then three, four, five, six. So this is the ultimate outcome. Okay. And this is their current reality. This is where they are. So your secondary offer could be you help them accomplish step one, you help them accomplish step two, you help them accomplish step three, you help them accomplish step four, step five, and step six. So basically, you're solving the problem here. So you solve this problem. That's one secondary problem. Then you solve this problem. Then this is another secondary problem. Then you solve this problem, another secondary problem. Okay. Just give you an example. So I do a lot of private consulting. Okay. When I'm talking to coaches, someone says that Rafi, like, I'm already running a webinar, but my Facebook ads are not performing. I don't know, what I'm doing wrong. I wanted to have a consultation call. So that's one of the secondary problems, right? Like sometimes I come across coaches, like I'm getting calls booked, but like no one is buying my offer. Like I'm not able to position myself in an appropriate manner. So that's like a sales problem, right? Like I'm talking to someone and say that I'm having issue with designing my offer itself. Like I'm going into the market with my offer, but not everyone is responding to the offer, So this is the step-by-step thing that you would take in order to. I'll talk about the framework. It's called Teach, okay? TEACH. That will help you to build a darn good offer, very quick. So that should not be a problem. So before we kind of go talk into the problems, I want you to under- understand this. So what is this? So you might have seen this. This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Say, if your offer is targeting this physiological needs, food, water, clothing, shelter, right? It is very hard for you to design a high ticket offer when people are struggling for the basic needs. I'm not saying you can do it. It just makes it a really, really harder for you because majority of the world's population, they are here at this level. Okay. I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs made a great businesses out of just solving this problem. Okay. But as a high ticket coach, if you wanted to solve this problem, probably you don't want it to be solving. Okay. Unless and until like you have something very niche that you wanted to dial in and work on it and go over from there. Right. Then the second stage is safety. Okay. So this is where health and wellness, like yoga, meditation, you know, um, like all those things would come in place. Then love and belonging. So if you are like a life coach, or if you are a relationship coach, or a dating coach, or a parenting coach, or something like that, this is a very good spot to focus on because like we all crave for social connection and acceptance, right? Then if you're a confidence coach, or if you're looking for to build authority, recognition, achievement, like a TED Talk speaker, or become an author, or something like that, like be a leader, become a leader for your community, for your tribe, then this is where something you want to look at. Then the very end, self actualization. This is basically like if you're a spiritual coach, if you're talking about transcendence, or like something at a very higher level, because this would be a very good offer if you look at in terms of people who have already met these things. Say if you look at some of the traditional successful entrepreneurs who have built like 7 figure, 8 figure, 9 figure, even 10 figure businesses, and eventually, like they got burned out, or like whatever happened, like, they left everything, they went to an ashram in India or China or someplace in a monastery, and they are in search of enlightenment because they have gone through all these things and they found no fulfillment in achieving these things. Then they came to a realization that this is the thing. Okay. Now you look for your offer, like your problem solving lens, from these five things. Okay. And just let me tell you this, for pricing, the higher up you are in this chart, the solving the problem, the more and the higher prices you can actually command. Okay. So, say if you are talking about, like peak experience, transcendence, like, purpose driven action, something like this here you can command like really higher prices. That's like at the peak, because you're talking at the peak, right? Say if you're talking to people here, like solving problems here, then the price, I'm not saying you won't be able to charge price, because I have seen people, coaches who are in relationships, like, they teach conscious parenting, like, they are in some uh, higher end masterminds, like, where it is like $20,000 a year, something like that, to join those masterminds. Okay. But it is not like that evident to find, right? Because that is why you wanted to understand what is the problem, at what level I'm solving the problems. Okay. Just give you an example. Okay. uh, so for us, like at Divine Entrepreneurs, this is where we are targeting self actualization. For spiritual entrepreneurs, like, we are helping them with the personal growth, moral development, pursuit of meaning, like, not just chasing money, like creating that impact. I wrote a post the other day in the group that, you know go for the impact. Money will automatically come to you. But if you chase money, sooner or later you will burn out, you won't find fulfillment, and you won't be doing what you're doing. Because if you go talk to people who have done like multiple businesses, like I'm one of them, and that is the reason where I am today, because I've tried a lot of different things. I've been an entrepreneur for 18 years, and that is what I've learned. I was in finance niche, I was in marketing niche, coaching niche. I've done a lot of businesses, like really a lot of businesses. But and I've come to a realization that what I'm looking for is more deep down fulfillment. That is why I talk about a lot of personal growth, because it's not about what you build, it's who you become in the process of building that. That is what matters over the long run. If you are like, coach starting out, act what you want it to become based on what you want it to become rather than where you are today. Okay, don't act on, okay, I don't have any money to launch ads, like, I don't have any money to do marketing, or I don't have any money to do like whatever you wanted to do. Rather than thinking from that place, think of, hey, I wanted to build this 6 figure 7 figure business, or I wanted to create an impact on 1,000 people. How can I do that? Okay, so that is what you wanted to focus on. So thinking problem in terms of this. Okay. Then the next thing I want to talk about is the teach framework that I've been talking about. Okay. So what is this teach framework? So the teach framework, so how to design an offer. Now we know we wanted to solve a problem for our ideal target audience, right? If you have more, you wanted to learn more, go watch module 2 of creating offers, how to create the offers, like the 5 P's and all that, those things. But here is a simple teach framework. Okay. So what is this simple teach framework? So the first thing is T. T is the transformation or the outcome that you get for your ideal target audience. Look from that perspective. Okay, so you're solving the problem. Say you're a parenting coach. Okay, you help uh, parents to connect with their troubled teenagers. Okay, so you're solving that problem. But what is the outcome? You want to build better relationships. By bridging this gap, like say they are not communicating, now you're solving the problem of communication. Okay, so you're shifting the dynamics for them. So now when you solve the problem for communication, they would get certain outcome, right? So your marketing, your messaging should be based on the outcome, because people buy outcomes. People want to solve problems and get the outcome. That is the only reason people pay us. Okay? If you are not solving problems, then like, no one is going to pay you. Okay? So think in terms of the outcome. Okay? So outcome is what they get. Transformation is who they become. That is very important distinction that you wanted to understand. Okay, because a lot of times people, they don't see this transformation. Hey, I'll help you become the leader that everyone admires or everyone wants to, follow or learn from. Okay, so that's the transformation that they would become. But the outcome that they want is maybe they wanted to have a good public speaking on the stage, or they wanted to build a certain audience. Okay, maybe that's the outcome. Like I said, outcome is, say you wanted to go from New York to LA. So you're based out of New York right now, and you wanted to go LA, Los Angeles. So Los Angeles is the outcome. So that's where you want to go, and the transformation is who you become in the process of going from New York to LA. So that's the transformation. Okay. So outcome is what they get, and transformation is who they become. So a transformation is basically an identity. Okay. It's a very deeper concept. Like if you go watch module 7, the identity workshop, I've laid out a lot of points in there that will help you. So your offer should focus on the outcome they get and the transformation, like the identity you change for them. That's very deeper level. Okay. So next, E. So here, what we are looking at is the E stands for what are, sorry, just give me a sec here. Yes. Where did that go? Yes. Not sure if you're able to see my screen. Should be now. Okay. So T is the transformation, and E, what we are looking for is the emotional connection. Okay, because when you're taking this offer into the market, say I wanted to solve this problem. Say I'm a life coach. Okay, I wanted to help people clear their mental blocks or work with their subconscious mind or self sabotage or something like that. But how do I create an emotional connection? The number one thing what I've seen is you get emotional connection by listening deeply, by empathizing with them. Okay, the better you understand your audience, having the conversation. If you go on any of the Facebook groups and like the anxiety groups or like life coaching groups or anything, and you see people, hey, I'm stuck in this career mode, and I'm stuck in this relationship, I got divorced, or I broke up with my partner, and I found another partner who is like, the patterns are repeating. So deep down, there are other things that they wanted to work. So they're not able to connect with that. So your outcome, your transformation should create that emotional connection. So how can you connect emotionally with your offer? So your offer is a tool, and you go connect with them emotionally. Okay. Then A stands for alignment. Is it aligned with your niche audience? Okay, so when you take an offer and go into the market, say you put on your Facebook wall, or you post it on, like a Facebook group, or like a Skool group, or wherever, right? So you're going and pasting it there. What is the alignment? What is the alignment? Like, who is it aligned with my niche audience? Is it aligned or not? If it is not aligned, then forget about it. Like, everything comes down to one thing: is, are you aligned with the offer or not? Like, something you're putting out there, hey, I help busy moms to overcome stress. It is speaking very clearly. Your offer is speaking very clearly, okay, who's dealing with stress, to overcome stress and save like at least 10 hours of their time every week, and build a meaningful relationship with their kids and have a great family time. So that is the outcome, and that's the transformation. So from like mom who's juggling with 10 different things, you're going from a juggling mom to a more peaceful mom, and like who's stress free, and that's the transformation. right? And that's the emotional connection that you're creating, and it is aligned with the niche audience or no. Okay. And next, so C. So the T stands for transformation, emotional connection, the alignment, and it's clear promise. What is that your offer solving? It has to be very, very clear. Like someone reads it, it has to be like, hey, that is for me. I want that. The promise has to be real clear. When you go and, you know, position something to your ideal target audience, it has to be a very clear promise. Because, like, remember, I talked about they wanted to go from point A to point B. So they wanted to go from here to here, right? So this is the promised land. This is where they wanted to go. This is what they wanted to achieve. So that's what this is. The C, that is the promise. What would they get when they are at that level? What is the outcome? How does life look like? You know, how much time they would save, how much energy they would save, you know, how much money they would save, like whatever it is. Like, you know, say you're a career coach, you help them, you know, like make increase their income or something like that. You help them go take their career to the next level, from managerial level. You help them like to go to the next stage of their career, right? Something like that, right? Then the H, this H stands for how. This is basically your process. So how are you going to make them? So say you take them from here to here, right? So what is the step one? What is the process? Step one look like, step two look like, step three look like, step four look like, step five look like, step six look like. Okay. So the process makes the outcome more tangible. Okay. Say you're taking people from New York to LA. Okay. So you lay out the entire plan of the journey. That's basically the itinerary. Okay. Say you're taking them in a bus. Okay. So where you gonna stop for breakfast? Where you gonna stop for lunch? Where you gonna stop for, say, supper? You know, where is gonna be the washroom break? Like, you know, is gonna be any sightseeing in between? Like everything is laid out. So that's like step one, step two, step three, step four. So all these things are laid out. Now, people who wanted to go from New York to LA, then they know exactly what the journey would look like. So it's basically breaking down the process into multiple steps, make the result more tangible. Okay. So just give you an example. So we help spiritual entrepreneurs and coaches to build and launch a high ticket practice in 8 weeks. Okay. So week one, this is what we'll do, right? We'll dial down your niche, and everything is sorted out in week one. In week two, we're launching ads, like we're launching Facebook and Instagram ads, and start connecting with our ideal target audience and start building our audience starting from day one. Okay. So week two and week three, this is what we're going to be doing. Week four and week three, we'll be learning about the sales. And week four, we will be learning about the fulfillment. Like, and everything will be built upon that. So by the end of 8 weeks, okay, so they would have a clear offer, okay, and a traffic source that they can rely on consistently, get clients, okay, build audience on Facebook, Instagram, like wherever they wanted to build, okay, by running simple low cost ads, okay. And we also teach like how to do live webinars or workshops and everything, like similar thing what we are doing right now. So we are exchanging value, right? So that is our promise. You see? So you have those 5 things in place when you're doing. So you wanted to have a clear outcome, an emotional connection that you want to build, an alignment. So our alignment, we are dealing with only spiritual entrepreneurs and coaches who are aligned, like, you know, who are soul led people, who are not chasing after money, who want to chase after impact, like who wanted to create an impact in this life. because we know that money will follow eventually. Because if money is the ultimate outcome, then you won't see people who are seven figures and eight figure entrepreneurs who absolutely hate their business, who absolutely hate their clients, and who absolutely don't want to be in that spot. They would do anything to trade places with someone who is more fulfilled, you know. Because like they burn down the relationships, like, you know, their family time is not there. They don't have good relationship with their spouse or with the kids. You know, they don't have good relationships with their families, and like, you know, their health is ruined. You know, like whatever. There's a lot of things, like, you know, they're not able to sleep and doing all these things. So that is why uh, alignment is really really important. So who is your niche audience and how are you aligned, like how is your offer aligned with them? Okay, so in our practice, like, you know, when even when I'm doing private consultations, one-on-one consultations, I would absolutely avoid to take anyone's money who I think I'm not in align with, you know. Because sometimes I come across people, they want something quick fix, right? Hey, like, you know, my ads, I want my ads to be working yesterday. Yes, like your ads will work, but you need to have a little bit of patience, you know, because your intention, you're not putting out a right intention into the universe so that you can actually attract that, right? So that is why it is really important. Then a clear promise, and our promise is in 8 weeks, we'll help you launch a high ticket offer where you're ideally attracting 5 to 6 clients on a consistent basis every single month. And you're charging anywhere in between $3,000 or $2,000 to $10,000. Right? So it could be brand new coach, or it could be coach, like, you know, who already launched before and, like, you know, they're not knowing how to do it, or someone who is already doing like a one-on-one coaching but they wanted to scale it, they wanted to create bigger impact. Say someone is doing one-on-one coaching, so how many people can you impact in one go? Okay, I was talking to a coach. She does readings, human design readings, and she was like, Rafi, like, I do readings right now, I charge like whatever $9,700 an hour. I'm burning out, like I'm not able to scale this, like I wanted to create a bigger impact. So when we were doing the consultation, we came up with the idea, okay, how about we build a Skool group? Okay, launch Skool group, then build your audience there and do group sessions there. Okay, then you can build out programs for there, because see, audience are really really important. Like, see, your niche audience, this, the alignment with the niche audience is really really important. Because once you have your ideal niche audience, then everything else will fall in place. That's why, like, when you go watch module 3, the audience module, a lot of coaches or entrepreneurs who fail in their businesses because they don't have highly aligned audience. Okay, that is why, like, when you join the Divine Entrepreneurs, the free group, we have like a 3 questions in there where you need to fill out. So we wanted to make sure that you are aligned with what we are creating here. Because I went outside and I like looked for a practice where I can be part of a community like this, and I couldn't find one. Okay, because everyone was pitching, make $10,000 per month, make $20,000 per month. I'm not saying like it is wrong, but what I'm saying is it didn't align well with me, because I've been on that path. You know, the last business I sold was it was a 7 figure rolling year average revenue generating business where I was a wealth advisor and I was coaching other business owners, you know, to grow wealth. That was my job in there. That was my business, right? In that process, I met with so many business owners, so many entrepreneurs, and, you know, I noticed a trend. A lot of people were making money, but they were not fulfilled, and I wanted to create that fulfilling business even for myself. That is the reason why I created the community. Okay, because most of the outcomes, that the problems that you wanted to solve, probably you overcome came those problems. You know, say you were a meditation coach, or you're a yoga coach, or you're a Reiki master, or, you know, you're a life coach. Like, what obstacles that you overcame, and you can help people with that, right? So here is one thing I want to talk about is pricing. This would be the last thing. Then I'll take questions from you folks. Okay. Uh, so here is how you do pricing. Pricing is the transformation or the outcome you provide. You multiply that with your unique mechanism. That is the formula for pricing. Okay. So if you, let me take another color here. So if you take this transformation, multiply this with your unique mechanism, that is how your pricing should be determined. Okay. Say you're helping um, teenagers, troubled teenagers, to connect with moms or dads, right? So that's the outcome. The outcome you're getting them is to build that lasting relationship, like that parent and child relationship. That's the ultimate outcome that you are providing, okay, as a parenting coach. So what is your unique mechanism? Say everyone is doing like something else, but what is that your unique mechanism? Say you're doing the same process. Say you're following the same. You're opening up the communication channels for them. Like you're teaching them all the things, and you're working on their mindset and all these things. But what makes your process unique is your energy. Okay, this doesn't have to be like something major, because if you focus on anything, like focus on this, because everyone has a unique mechanism, right? Like say we help coaches with Facebook ads, right? Like we teach like $5 ad, $7 ad, like $1, $2, $3 ads, like they're ads for every purpose. Okay, and there are a lot of coaches who teach, like marketers who teach about like $7 ads or $5, $1, $2, $3. But the way how I teach it, it is a little bit unique to me because I teach it in a different way, right? It's the same process, the same Facebook ads manager, okay, but teach it in a different way. Okay, say I teach like Instagram follower ads, okay, to increase, to grow your follower, to build that credibility, and target your ideal target audience. A lot of people do it in a different way. Some people like to boost the post, some people like to write it in the ads manager, and those type of things. But I have a unique mechanism that I teach, right, and I follow that for my own businesses as well, right? So you wanted to understand what is that unique mechanism that makes the pricing more tangible. Okay, you cannot just put, okay, I'm going to charge $10,000 because this is the outcome I'm getting, and that's the unique mechanism. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but make sure that pricing is aligned with you and with your ideal target audience. Okay, so with high ticket offers, you can go anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000, even more than that, depending on the transformation you get and who you get it for. That is more important, because if you look at the hierarchy of needs, like someone who's in a war prone zone, they don't even have food to eat, they don't even have water, they don't even have shelter, but they have problems. The bigger problem is like safety. Like they wanted to feel safe, they wanted to get out of the war zone. Probably they would pay you whatever money, but they don't have the money, right? So that is what you wanted to, like you go and look at the offer and the pricing, the video in the modules. I laid out a lot of things in there, but you wanted to understand the your pricing is based on the transformation of the outcome you provide and multiplied by unique mechanism. You have a great transformation, you have a great unique mechanism, the higher the prices you can command. So like, even don't even worry about unique mechanism, but worry about this. It all depends on the outcome, because people want outcome. Okay, they're struggling to have a great marriage. Say you are a marriage coach, they're struggling to have a great marriage. That's the outcome. You wanted to ignite that spark between the couple, help them do that, and you want to build that everlasting relationship. Thereby they're not going through divorce and their family stays together. That's a very big transformation. Okay, and you have a unique process, like you are a faith-based coach, like say you help a Christian couple, like to build better lasting marriages and build that home and a family, like where kids and parents, like everyone is happy and more at peace and fulfilling, right? So that's your unique mechanism. So you guide them through the Christian principles. That is your unique mechanism. Maybe everyone else is teaching something else, but you are teaching using a Bible as the foundation to achieve the transformation. Okay? Because see, the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, all, like people will have like those 3 steps, 5 steps, 7 steps, right? So it doesn't matter how many steps, but how is that each step bringing them one step closer to the ultimate outcome? Okay. Say if they are having challenges with their troubled teen, the first thing is communication. Like that's step one. How are you helping them? Okay. To solve that communication. So now they're communicating. Okay. The kids are talking. The parents are talking. Okay. So they're talking to each other. So next, what is the thing? Okay. Then you wanted to help them build a mindset. Like, see, I'm not a parent coach. I'm just giving an example, right? So what is that transformation you're getting and the process you follow which makes it unique for yourself, like no other person, because see someone else can take the same process, okay, and teach it, but doesn't become their unique mechanism. Like your unique mechanism is unique to you, their unique mechanism, it's like, say you take your mom's recipe and you cook food, it doesn't turn out the same way, right? Even though you follow the same steps. Like what happened there? What exactly happened is because everyone, because see when you do this, it's an energy, right? You know, it's an intention. You put the energy. When you put the energy, it changes the structure. You know, say you have a bottle of water, you keep saying to this bottle of water like peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, it actually changes the physical structure of the molecules of the water. There have been countless studies. You can go Google and look at the YouTube. There's countless videos which shows this. So what changed is the energy. The energy you give to a process is what makes the mechanism very unique to you. Okay. Hope that was helpful. That is it for me today. I'm not sure how many of you are here. If you have any questions, then I will take those questions. Who's here? Afshin, I see you. Do you have any questions for me? Hi. Oh, thank you. My pleasure. Uh, yeah, you can unmute. Like you're the only one here right now. If you wanted to share anything, you wanted to ask any questions, I'm more than happy to take any questions. If you wanted to provide some feedback, like, you know, what is that problem that you have right now? Maybe I can provide those.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, perfect, perfect.
Okay. Basically, I am in the very initial phase because I used to be the clinical psychologist back home.
Okay.
Then, after coming to the Canada, I was just raising the family. But
Mm,
from past year, I'm trying to launch my business as a life coach or emotional healing coach because I have lots of expertise,
mm,
but I'm facing the barrier like the tech thing because I used to work with the one to one client and it's
mm.
all reference based. But
Yeah.
now the scenario has changed. I like the connections. So it's pretty hard for me to get connected with the right people right now.
Yes, yes, yes. There are several different ways that you can do it, Afshin. You know, I talk about that in the traffic module. Like if you go in the classroom, the school group, there is module 4. It's called traffic. Okay, so different ways that you can do it. You can do it in an organic way, which is actually more simpler way, especially if you're starting out. You know, like you don't have a valid offer or whatever, right? So I'll show you something. Let me share. I wanted to show you something. I see this all the time in my Facebook feed. Like, you know, people. Okay, maybe let's see. I can. Okay. Can you see my screen, Afshin?
Not now,
Okay. Can you
but
see
it's
it?
coming. It's coming here.
Okay. So say this is like a collective spiritual consciousness group. Okay. See, it has 1.3 million people. It's a Facebook group. See, someone posted, I'm looking for 100 tarot card readers, energy workers, and healers who know they'll have gifts but need help calling in clients. Okay. So you can just go and post here and see there's 62 comments here. People are like over here, please and thank you, interested. I need help, please. Yes, please. Details would love this. Yes, please. Me. You see? So you come up with an offer that we talked about that offer today. Okay. So follow that teach method. So what is the transformation, ideal transformation that you can get for your audience? How can you emotionally connect with them? Okay. And what is the clear outcome, the promise that you can get for them? Okay. And is it aligned with them? Okay. It has to be a niche. See, niches like tarot readers, energy workers, healers. So those are the only people she wants to work with. So be very, very specific. Who's your niche audience and is it aligned with them? Right? There are 100 groups like if you go, you will find a lot of people. It says, I can show you something else as well. This is one group. I see this all the time in my Facebook feed. Like, people posting, hey, I'm looking for this. Are you looking? Uh,
Is your group link is available in the Skool also, the
which
Facebook group link?
No, no, that's someone else's group. That's not my group.
Okay, okay,
Okay. So that's someone else. Like you have to go find where your group is on Facebook. Okay.
okay,
And make
okay.
sure that you can actually, because some groups, they don't allow you to post, right? So yeah, you wanted to
Yeah,
make sure.
most of the groups they don't allow.
Yeah. So you need to find the groups that will allow. So put in, hey, like I'm looking for 5 people. It's a free thing that I'll be doing. Okay. And make sure that you have permission from the group owner. You can message them, hey, I'm looking to run this like a free session for 5 people or something like whatever that is. Because when you do that, you will know if people are really interested in what you're offering. All right. That's step number one. So once you have a valid offer, okay, like Rafi, this is what people are looking, and I wanted to scale this. Then what you can do is you can run Facebook ads, like you can build authority and you can get client testimonials. You can actually build a community around that. Because building audience is really, really important. Because like one-on-one, if you do one-on-one, sooner or later you'll burn out. That is why, like, even for me, I don't do a lot of one-on-ones, like unless and until like they need some help, I'll do one-on-ones. Otherwise much of it is group coaching. We are in the beta phase 2 to launch our new program, our 8-week program that we are helping other coaches to launch high ticket offers, where we are teaching them every single thing. That is what it is. So you wanted to validate your offer, because see, my wife, she does she does transpersonal hypnosis. Okay, so she does like spiritual coaching and that type of thing. And she does the same thing for us. Like we run ads for her. Okay, so on Instagram and Facebook, and offer free sessions. Okay, the first 15-minute or 30-minute session would be a free session. Once they say,
For
hey,
sorry to interrupt you. For the hypnosis session, also she offered the 15-minute free hypnosis.
no, not 15-minute free hypnosis. Okay, you
That's
would do a
that's what I
consultation.
was.
Yeah,
Okay,
you want to
consultation,
do a
like a
consultation.
discovery call.
Yes, like a discovery call, like a clarity call. Hey,
Okay,
is this
because
really? Yeah.
I am also a certified hypnotherapist,
Okay.
and I have done multiple things because before coming to the Canada, I was running my own clinic basically.
Okay.
So, but here it's very different. So, lots of barriers, lots of things. So I want
You.
to do
Yeah.
the personal practice,
Like, what do you mean personal practice?
like I want to do just on the online, because I don't want to go and
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
in the
yeah.
another office, and I don't want to work for anybody else.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. That's what this group is all about. That's the reason, like, why I created this business, because I wanted to help people who have no idea where to go and how to do these things, right? Like, see, right now, this is how my wife does it. Okay, she's not certified. Okay, because you don't need certification, to be honest, in the first place. Because I know a lot of certified, highly, certified and credentialed people. They cannot get the transformation. Like I said, transformations is the only thing why people pay. Okay. Say you charge $100 or $200 a session. What we do is called price packaging. In price packaging, what you do is like you combine 8 or 10 sessions and offer it as a package for $2,500 or $3,000. Okay. So in the free
Okay.
session, you give them, hey, this is, say you're having anxiety issues or you're having phobias, like whatever you deal with. Okay. Say that's the outcome that you get. That is why working on the outcome and the audience is really, really important, because your offer, it keeps evolving, right? Like it's not like one thing, it keeps evolving over time. Okay. So you're dealing with, like burnt out entrepreneurs, and you're helping them through hypnosis to remove their mental blocks, or like whatever it is that you help them with. Say you do parts therapy, you help them heal like one part, or childhood trauma, or heal the inner child, or something like that, right? So pick something, okay, that where a lot of like you can solve, like, hey, this is the ultimate transformation that I can help get anyone. That's the problem you solve for them. Okay. So once you have that problem that you can solve, the outcome that you can get for them, all you have to do is just put that offer in front of ideal target audience, right? Like you can basically run a $5, like an Instagram or a Facebook ad, and keep having the messenger conversation with them. Hey, what is the problem that you're struggling right now? Okay. Like I'm having this, I'm having this. Okay, great. So you give them some tips, or you give them like the same thing what I'm doing right now, like I'm giving you information, right? So you do this, then you say, hey, would this be worth for you to hop on a quick 15 or 20 minute, clarity call or something like that. So on that clarity call, so you help them solve that problem. Okay. So once you have them solve the problem, then the next path would be, hey, how can I work with you more deeply? Like how, like, okay, you help me solve step one, and for me to reach like that ultimate goal that I'm looking for, I need to solve all these problems, like step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. Okay. And that's exactly what we do. Like I don't hide, or I don't do anything. Like for me, it's clear, this is the problem I help you with. If you want it to be solved, okay, this is our program, this is our offer. If it works for you, then you can come, we'll take over. If not, then that's okay, not a problem, you can go find the other solution, whichever is suitable for you, right? Because Facebook has like 3 billion users, you can find people from anywhere. Right? It doesn't have to be. A lot of coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs I see is their problem is finding people. 100% finding people. I'll show you one simple thing. Okay. Before I sign this off. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So here is a simple Facebook ad that I'm running. Okay. So it's an ad. Like it's just like I'm holding a whiteboard, and with a marker I'm just talking about like how like coaches can create like authority, credibility, trust, and social proof, so that they can have a fully booked audience. Like when you're doing a social media post, or when you're doing um, like a workshop, like like a master class like this, or you're doing like a 2 day 3 day workshop with your audience, or like whatever it is, it's a simple thing. So I've recorded that video. I think the video is about 3 minutes or so, and I posted on Facebook, and every day I'm spending $1.50. It's like less than a coffee money. I called it coffee coffee ads. Okay. So a dollar a day ads. It's like Canadian dollar 1.5. So which is basically one US dollar, 1.1 US dollar. Okay. So every single day you see here result. So just today, 36 people watched my more than 15 seconds of that video. So this tells me that that person is interested in what I'm teaching. Okay. So I've been running this ad, I don't know, maybe about 2 months now. Uh, yeah. So here, So these are all the ads that I ran. You see the same $1.5 here. So this ad had 1,850 people watch that first 15 seconds because people won't watch if they are not interested, right? Now, what I do is I track the metrics. So out of these 1,850 people, and I spent 47 Canadian dollars, which is roughly about 35 US dollars. 69 people watched 25% of the video. So, meaning they watched more than a minute of the video, and 18 people watched 95% of the video. And 23 people watched 75% of the video, and 32 people watched 15% of the video, and 16 people watched 100% of the video. So, the people who watched 100% of the video, they absolutely are interested to know what I'm teaching there.
True.
Okay? So, I'm building my audience here. So these are the people. What I do is I do retargeting ads, meaning I go back to those people and say, hey, you want to learn more about marketing? Join my free Skool group. And I run ads to the free Skool group. And that is how you saw my ad and you clicked on the ad and you joined my Skool group.
Yeah,
Because
true.
I don't know you, you don't know me, right?
Yes.
Right?
But your ad clicked me and I found very valuable, so I joined.
That's exactly. Okay. You might be thinking, oh, how I'm gonna get to the people, like, I'm based out of Canada. Like, I'm based out of Canada too. Like, my clients are in Australia, New Zealand. I've never gone to Australia or New Zealand before. Okay, but my clients are there, you know. So like you see, over the time that I have been running this, I have 5,900 people, so almost 6,000 people watched 15% of this video, and I spent 145 Canadian dollars, which is roughly 100 US dollars. 100 US dollars is nothing, but remember, I got in front of 6,000 people. Now Facebook tracks
Yeah.
these people. Now I can retarget them, meaning I can go back to them and talk to these same people. Hey, you saw my ad, you saw, like, I was teaching this. If you're more interested to learn this, like, you can join my free Skool group where I have like 7 modules. I have over 10 hours of content where you can learn about this. So this is called nurturing, because bringing
Okay.
people into your ecosystem, that is really really important. Okay, so that is why you wanted your message to resonate with the people, and it is very cheap. Like, you do for just for $1, $2. You don't have to spend, like, thousands of dollars. You run a physical practice, you set up shop, you pay monthly rent, you pay for employees, you pay for supplies, and everything else. It costs money,
Yeah.
right? Online business, like, that's the beauty about online business. I love online businesses. Like, technically I can run an ad and say, hey, let me fix your Facebook ads, okay, and it costs you like 197 per hour. If you're not happy, I'll return your money. Then I can technically have my calendar filled by tonight.
Yeah, true.
Seriously, like, people would come, okay, Rafi, this is the problem I'm having. I'm like, okay, what is the problem? Okay, I wanted to know, like, I'm running my ad, say this is the ad they're running. I wanted to know how I can target, like, more people from which country. Okay, simple. Okay, let's go check it out. So this ad, the $1.50 ad I was showing you, 1,850 people saw 15 seconds. So out of that, people from Australia, 44 people, people from Canada, 182, people from New Zealand, 1,000 people from New Zealand saw this ad. So
Wow.
so now what I do is I set up ad only for New Zealand, and I put $5 and
Yes.
$10 in it and keep running in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I have to run a workshop, I run it in New Zealand time. I don't run in Canada time.
Okay.
You see?
That's interesting.
People would be like, Rafi, like, I did a workshop, like, no one came to my workshop. Okay, let me see why. Let's go to the ads and see. All your audience are New Zealand. While you're doing workshop, they were sleeping. What do you expect? Right?
True. True.
So that's very important. Understanding, that's why I I love doing this, because you can do a lot of ways. The only thing is, you need to know this, okay? But it's not
Yeah.
rocket science. It's just put in like the same thing like how you learned hypnosis, right?
Yeah.
There's simple things, but once you learn this, it becomes an autopilot because your ads would be running, or your Instagram or Facebook following would be growing. Where we also show like I talk about that in the traffic module, how you can run like $5 ads, like how you can do like list building ads. Say you have a checklist, like say you deal with anxiety. Hey, here is a checklist to overcome your anxiety in 10 minutes. Just follow this simple checklist. In 10 minutes, you would overcome anxiety. Give me your name and email address, and you'll have an email from me with the checklist. Some
Okay.
people would download the checklist. They'll give you the name and email. So we wanted to make sure that it follows the TEACH framework,
Yeah.
right? Like transformation, okay? So emotional connection, the
Connection.
alignment with the niche,
Man.
okay, and
Yep.
the clear promise, what is that you're offering and how it is that you're offering, right? So the how makes it like really really clear. When you follow this framework, it's easy. Like the more easy would be like you overcome your fear and go do it. When you go do it, it actually makes it a lot more easier for you. You That's where I see a lot of people, like even they come into these free groups. They just read the post here and there. They come attend things or they watch some videos, but they don't take action. That is why taking action is like really really important. Like imagine you have like 100 people on a workshop where you're talking about your mechanism, your process, and how you can help them solve the problem and get the outcome. I bet you 5 to 10 people will be interested in what you're offering because you have years of experience, right? All you need to do is like how to package that experience, okay? And you wanted to start small, you can start small, right? Like you can do like a 3 day workshop. Maybe you can just charge like $200 or $300. Okay, people come in, they work with you for 3 days, they get that outcome and say, okay, Afshin, how can I work with you long term? I wanted to work with you like long term. Or you can create a Skool community like this and you can have a monthly membership. Hey, I do like these sessions on a weekly basis. You can come join my membership. Like, I don't know, $27 a month or like $7 a month, 10, 20, whatever it is. But now you have that recurring income flowing into your business. Okay. On top of that, if someone wants a one-on-one, people join a group coaching program. They'll come in as a group and they learn. And if they want more one-on-one time, then they pay for the hourly consultation and they come work with me one-on-one. Right? They get the personalized advice, like like the same thing, like how I'm offering you would be more in depth. Like step one, this is what you do. Step two, this is what you do. Step three, this is what you do. And you go do this, then we come back, then we'll work on that. Right? Something like that. I hope it was helpful. Okay. I'm coming to the mark here. Okay. So I have to go to another appointment. I hope this was helpful. Please go share this in the group. That's why I built this group, because when you go celebrate and encourage people, it comes back. It's karma, right? Like what you put out in the universe, it comes back to you. Okay, you go celebrate, you share with the group what you learned on this call. Probably this encourages other people to come join the call as well. Okay, and I'll post the recording as well. You can go over the recording too, in what we talked about today. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, you have a wonderful day, Afshin.